Hello YouTuber, this video covers Neewer's Smart Grip app. This is for the Nikon D7100. It's supposed to be a clone of Nikon's MB-D15 for the Nikon D7100 or the Nikon D7200. Now, this is not a review. It was intended to be a full-blown in-depth review, but because I couldn't get this grip working with the app on my iPod or my iPad, thus I decided to forego it and just make this into an unboxing and quick impressions video instead. So again, I want to stress this is not a review. I will be sending this back. I've already have a new one on order that should be coming in. So stay tuned for the full-blown review if you're interested in this grip. Hopefully the next one will be functioning and I can actually complete that review. So as you can see, I arrived in this pretty much nondescript box, just their Neewer brand styling, although I have seen like a white gold black box version before as well for a different version of their grip. It's got the D7100 sticker there, and of course now this also works on the D7200. It comes with the 6AA battery tray. Does come reasonably well protected in a bubble wrap. Get this open. And another protective bag. So you've got the battery grip itself with the lithium-ion tray pre-installed. Should really be no different than their standard MB-D15 grip. Now, so within here was looks to be an instruction manual and a card with a barcode which you can scan to download the application. So I'm going to mount this onto a D7100 first, but one thing I've noticed is that during mounting it doesn't trigger the light on the camera like as with the other grips as it makes contact. So you can see there, fully tightly mounted, but doesn't trigger it. However though, it does recognize the grip and the buttons on here do work. So case in point, I'm just going to go into the menus and you can see the joystick does work, as does the focusing, etc, etc. Again, this is not an in-depth review. I'm just covering very quickly the problem that I had with the Smart app. So here I'm going to go ahead and launch the application. It's called Shutter BLE. Scan the QR code, it'll go on to iTunes to download. And right now it's saying, turn on the Bluetooth. So this is a Bluetooth connection. Let's go ahead and turn on my Bluetooth. But you don't pair in the Bluetooth connection, rather you come into the application, you click on the menu, and then you see device connection there. Click on that. It'll do a search. It finds the Smart Grip. The biggest problem is that as soon as I click on this grip, the application just closes out and it crashes. Launch it again. Try to make that connection. No go. And that goes for the iPad as well. I have an iPad Air. Come in here, click on the menu button, device connection, click on that. Finds the device. Bam, kicks it right out. Now, unlike Neewer's MB-D16 grip, this apparently doesn't need the battery in the grip itself in order for a remote to work. It can power off of the camera's battery. So case in point, I'm going to launch this application again. Click on that, go to device connection, and you will see that it does find the Smart Grip. When it does not find the Smart Grip is if it's not mated to a camera. So case in point, I've now got the grip removed but the battery installed, and as you can see, it cannot find the grip. By contrast, here's your MB-D16 clone, but this one comes with a wireless remote. And there you can see when it lights up green, that means it's actually finding the grip. Whereas if I take out the battery, press on this, it's not finding the grip at all. Incidentally, they do have the equivalent version of the MB-D15. I had ordered that, but unfortunately, instead of sending me the Neewer brand, they sent me the wrong one. They sent me a Meek brand instead. I don't know if they're affiliated or anyway, but I actually need to send this back to Amazon so I could conduct a review on that. So again, Nikon fans, stay tuned. I've got quite a few more camera grip reviews coming. But for now, let's get back to the Smart Grip. So I thought, okay, maybe it's camera specific. Let me go ahead and try this on a D7200. Again, there, as you can see, once I make contact with camera, that green light doesn't light. So I don't know if it's a compatibility issue, but again, they did market this as being compatible with 7100. So here it is on a 7200. Got the camera on. Going to go into the menu. As you can see, it does recognize the grip. As you can see, the shutter button works. But the problem again is just the fact that it does not recognize the application. So I'm going to actually start clean, close this application out, launch the application, hit the menu, go to device connection. As you can see, it does detect the grip again. Click on Smart Grip, bam, kicks me right out. So sadly, I wasn't able to do this review as I had originally intended, but as mentioned, I have a new one on the way, so stay tuned. One last note before we end this video. So as mentioned, I do have their D16 grip, which is for the Nikon D750. And one thing I noticed is that on this grip, so as you can see here, it's almost like this rubber part was perhaps a little bit too long, or they forgot to apply glue right underneath this portion of the grip. Now notice this. You likely hear that, right? That's because this rubber is actually hovering above the base, the plastic portion of the grip, and it's just sticking out. I mean, doesn't really impact the grip in any way, but still, I don't know, for OCD types that may be annoying. But above and beyond being annoying, it's also an indicator of quality control issues, right? To be fair, no such problem on their D16 grip. Again, these are both newer brands. So when I get the replacement grip, hopefully it'll work and I'll be able to wrap up a in-depth review. In closing, as I mentioned, otherwise it does recognize the grip buttons do work, the lock control function does prevent the buttons from activating, shutter button works, the multi-scroll button works, selection button, fine, auto exposure lock, whatever, the scroll buttons here, main command dial, sub command dial, they all function fine. However though, the main reason for getting this grip is being able to pair up with your smart device and using it as a remote control. So again, can't give this a grade until I get the replacement, and hopefully it will be functioning fine and I'll be able to complete the review then. For disclosure, the Neewer Smart Grip app for the D7100/7200 was purchased off Amazon for my personal review. As mentioned, stay tuned for hopefully a full review version coming soon. Thanks again for watching.